This is Radio Nepal. I'm Kaushal Ghimire with the news. The headlines first. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda returning home today after participating in the 19th Non-Aligned Movement Summit. Government collects 3.15 billion rupees in royalty from hydropower projects. And Iran's 4 security officials killed in suspected airstrikes in Syria. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda is returning home today after completing his visit to Uganda to participate in the 19th summit of the Non-Aligned Movement, NAM. Prime Minister Dahal had reached Doha of Qatar by Qatar Airways at 2:45 a.m. today. He is scheduled to land at Trivandrum International Airport at 9 a.m. this morning. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda and Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe held a meeting in Uganda's capital Kampala yesterday. The bilateral meeting was held on the sidelines of the 19th Non-Aligned Movement NAM Summit. Prime Minister Dahal stressed bilateral cooperation for regional cooperation and mutual interest, reasoning that Nepal and Sri Lanka had similar stand on non-aligned foreign policy. Prime Minister Dahal said a common role could be played for making SAARC dynamic, as SAARC could help foster regional cooperation and mutual interest. In response, Sri Lankan President Wickremesinghe assured that Sri Lanka was ready to cooperate for making SAARC active. According to Prime Minister Dahal's Secretariat, the Sri Lankan President also underlined need of Nepal-Sri Lanka cooperation for regional interest and common economic benefits. Also attending the meeting together with Prime Minister Dahal were Foreign Affairs Minister N.P. South, Prime Minister's Foreign Advisor Dr. Rupak Sapkota, Foreign Secretary Sewa Lamsal, and officials from the Foreign Ministry. The government has collected 3.15 billion rupees plus in royalty from different hydropower projects that are in operation. The Nepal Electricity Authority, NEA, has been collecting the royalty amount on a regular basis. Likewise, the Electricity Development Department has asked some power developers to deposit the royalty amount, as they are yet to clear the dues till the fiscal year 2023-24. Department's Director General Chiranjeevi Chatot said the projects failing to clear their dues would be charged by writing to the Nepal Electricity Authority. The department has collected 1.15 billion rupees from license fees, 8.7 million rupees from penalty and confiscation, and 4.2 million rupees from arrears. The department collected 4.31 billion rupees plus in revenue in the fiscal year 2079-80 Bikram Samvat. Deputy Prime Minister Purna Bahadur Khadka has said the government is preparing a national work plan incorporating the roadmap of good governance. Addressing a 3-day training for trainers program organized by the Nepali Congress in Nawalparasi, Bardakhat, Susta East, the Deputy Prime Minister said the government would declare the national work plan within a month. He claimed that once the work plan comes into effect, there will be notable progress in public service delivery. Minister for Physical Infrastructure and Transport Prakash Jwala has directed the stakeholders to expedite the development of Beni Jomsom Korala road section of the International Pride Project Kaligandaki Corridor. Kaligandaki Corridor. During an inspection visit to the site yesterday, Minister Jwala directed the contractors to speed up the construction jobs, adding that everyone's attention was drawn due to the dilly-dallying in the National Pride project. The minister assured to hold discussions soon with the concerned bodies to ensure speedy construction of the road section. More than 27,000 people have received the first installment of the grant support for temporary housing in Jajarkot district. According to a statement issued by the District Administration Office, Jajarkot, out of 42,524 earthquake survivors, 27,091 victims have received the first installment. Currently, only 10,159 families are said to be living in temporary structures, with 32,365 families still living under tents. Meanwhile, the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Authority has said the framework for reconstruction in the earthquake-affected areas will be decided only after studying the situation of the earthquake survivors and collecting suggestions. Authority's Chief Executive Officer Anil Pokhrel said that the reconstruction would be carried out based on on-site study and suggestions from the quake survivors. A team led by CEO Pokhrel had reached the quake-affected areas and had started studying the situation since Friday. The beneficiaries of the Jajikot earthquake have exceeded 79,000 so far. The CPN Unified Socialist is going to conduct a campaign focused on its General Convention from the 8th of February. According to the party organization, strengthening membership distribution, documentation of political and social activities, and training would be conducted as part of the campaign program. The party is going to hold its National General Convention next May, that is coming May. Party Office Secretary Jeevan Ram Shrestha shared that the draft statute will be finalized based on feedback from the subordinate province and district committees. Under the ongoing Muglin-Pokhara Road expansion project, 19.5 kilometers road has been blacktopped. The blacktopping has been done from Abu Khairini to Bandipur of Tanau district. The locals and travellers have been complaining that dusty road has caused inconvenience to them. You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. Now on to some international updates. 4 senior members of Iran's security forces have been killed in a suspected airstrike on the Syrian capital. According to the BBC, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard blamed Israel for the attack, which is said to have killed 4 military advisors as well as a number of Syrian forces. Israel has not commented. For years, it has carried out strikes on Iranian-linked targets in Syria. Senior figures among the Revolutionary Guard, a major military, political and economic force in Iran, have been present in Syria since the civil war began there in 2011. Saturday's attack is understood to have taken place in the Mazeh neighborhood, southwest Damascus, as well as the UN headquarters in Damascus, embassies and restaurants. A Japanese robot has successfully touched down on the moon, but problems with its solar panel mean the mission may live for just a few hours. A BBC report says the smart lander for investigating moon put itself gently on the lunar surface near an equatorial crater. The feat made the Asian nation only the 5th country to soft land on Earth's natural satellite after the US, the Soviet Union, China and India. However, the engineers are now battling to save the mission. Now, the general weather forecast for the country for today, according to the Meteorological Forecasting Division, the weather will be partly cloudy in the hilly region and partly cloudy to mainly fair in the rest of the country. There are also chances of light snowfall at 1 or 2 places of the high hilly and mountainous region of Kosi Province, Gandaki Province, Karnali Province and Sudur Paschim Province. With this, we have almost come to the end of this news bulletin, but before wrapping up, let's have a reminder of the headlines once again. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda returning home today after participating in the 19th Non-Aligned Movement Summit. Government collects 3.15 billion rupees in royalty from hydropower projects. And Iran's 4 security officials killed in suspected airstrikes in Syria. Well, that's all the news we have for this bulletin. Our next bulletin in English will be at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website, www.onlineradionepal.gov.np. Keep listening to Radio Nepal and have a good day.